It's not the holidays until you've had your first Mad Elf. Hi there, I'm Christy, and I'm back with another very special virtual tasting. This time it's everybody's favorite holiday beer. It's an icon, it's Mad Elf. Mad Elf is a ruby red Belgian-style ale brewed with cherries, local honey, and dark malts. The story starts back in 2002. Back then, our founding brothers, Chris and John Tröegs, did everything. They brewed, bottled, cleaned, delivered, and even gave tours on the weekends. One day, the brothers decided they wanted to have a little fun. But how do two guys who own a brewery cut loose? Well, they hatched a plan to brew a new and delicious beer. That idea was for a bold holiday ale featuring lots of dark malts, local honey, and a spicy Belgian yeast. To kick that recipe up a notch, they threw in pounds and pounds of cherries. So they brewed their very first batch of Mad Elf, clocked out, and went home. The next day, Chris and John headed back to the brewery, opened the doors, and were instantly hit with an intense fruity aroma in the air. Clearly exciting things were happening. Then they went back to the fermentation tanks, only to find a sticky, foamy mess all over the floor. Turns out that first batch fermented so rigorously that they lost half of it. Although that first batch went a little sideways, a legend was born. Now every year when Mad Elf comes out, people get excited. All right, enough talk, let's taste Mad Elf. So right up front, we taste those dark malts with just a hint of chocolate coming through. Then those sweet and juicy cherries take over. On the finish, you'll get a hint of cinnamon, peppercorn, and allspice coming from that Belgian yeast. Obviously, the cherries play a big role here. For sweetness, we add a mix of Bing, Lambert, Van, and Royal Anne. For a touch of tartness, Montmorency comes into play. The honey for Mad Elf, all 12.5 tons of it per year, are sourced from right here in Pennsylvania. We work with a guy in Carlisle who calls himself the Happy Beekeeper. The Happy Beekeeper's daughter says it best. When you taste honey, you're getting a slice of nature, and it's best to get that pure local source. Mad Elf usually hits our home turf here in central Pennsylvania in mid-October, then starts rolling out everywhere else Tröegs is sold in November. It's available in bottles, cans, and on draft. But before you know it, it's gone till next year. So get out there and get some Mad Elf. It only comes around once a year. Cheers.